Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. We're back today with another speed decoration for the triplets. Now I have built Cammy's house and separated it all into sections and where I wanted things to go, just because that's actually the part that takes me the longest, is trying to figure that side of things out. So we're working just now, that's it. As you can see, it's quite a bit bigger than Millie's. Quite a bit bigger than Millie's, and I really wanted it to reflect Cameron's sort of personality and what we were looking to do for him. So it's very much bachelor themed, and yeah, because obviously Cammy knows that it's his duty to reproduce and to have the perfect genetics, but you know, in his mind he's a bachelor boy, and he doesn't foresee himself really settling down as such. So I kind of wanted to make it very masculine, you know, very bachelor-like, but I did struggle with it because I've never really done a masculine bachelor type decoration. So I did kind of struggle with it, and I maybe used a few cliches like the gaming system and technology and big TVs and things like that, but you know what, I went with it. And as you can see, I'm kind of all over the place trying to find something that would suit his sort of personality, and I do something in this room that I don't generally do, or I've never actually done, like colour of the walls before, but I did it and I think it works. Chris likes it, and he's a man, and you know, but then we know Chris's taste, guys, so that really doesn't, you know, fill me with confidence. So right now it's coming together. It doesn't look much, but give it time, and you will see what we kind of end up going for. Now, I apologise in advance if I sound a bit off. I'm not feeling 100% today. I've got a really sore stomach and I've got a tickle in my throat that's just came from nowhere. So if I do cut bits out for coughing, and you'll know why, and if I do seem a bit off, you'll also know why. So I'm just dealing with the bookcases here. I love a bookcase. Laura loves a bookcase, and I think it's a nice way to kind of fill a room. And here I'm putting the move objects on sheet so that I can kind of sit that light behind the chair. And then I was kind of working with the colours because I was like, I don't know, and then I accidentally made it black, and I thought, no, this could potentially work. So I thought I would go for a black, silver and white theme. And then I do add a little pop of colour soon. Maybe soon. But I wasn't sure, and that's why I was kind of twisting and turning it, because I was like, I'm not sure. Will I do a wooden floor? What will I do? This was like the hardest one I'll have to do, because as I say, I generally decorate for my taste, for a more feminine type. And then I thought I didn't want a brown door against black walls, so I put an archway into it. So it's kind of starting to come together. You can see where I'm going with it, and actually on reflection it doesn't look too bad. And I thought I'd do this like a big rug, and I would add like a nice kind of jade green colour so that it adds a bit of colour but not too bright, and it's still sticking with the kind of black and white and silver theme, which you can see in the bookcases. And I do like how it turned out. I do feel like black is not something that I would ever choose for a room. However, I think it works. So let me know in the comments down below if you think it works, because I wanted these houses to be quite different, because our triplets are very different. Our triplets are extremely different. So it makes sense that the houses that they have wouldn't be identical. And I also found this really cool guitar wall art, which I've actually never came across before, so I don't know whether I've just not been looking correctly, which is a possibility. But I thought to myself, you know what, that's really nice. After I put it up, I thought, you know, maybe that's more Seth than Cammy, but to me, Cammy would collect things like this, so that's why I did that. And obviously, you know, Seth can be free to have that in his house as well if he wants. So I'm just kind of fanning about, just trying to place things, and then I decided to put a fireplace in there. I was considering putting one in, and then I decided against it, and then I put another one in, so yeah, actually now watching it back, it's not as horrendous as I thought, because I thought to myself, my God, what have I actually done here? But looking at it, it works, because we've got the pop of colour and the light fixtures are light and the silver. So yeah, I was going to put these bookcases in, but then I just... Bookcases. Laura. Bookcases. Shelves. Clearly I can't speak today. My stomach pain is giving me I just can't speak. So I decided to go for that because I really like that painting against the black background. And then I wanted something for the corner. And I stuck that plant in and I thought, no, that doesn't go. So I decided to put a trophy cabinet in the corner. And I do think that's quite a nice manly living room. And I think I was showing Chris it at this point. Now, initially I wanted this room to be like a workout space or a gym or something like that. But then as I was putting the things in, I thought, it's too big a space really. So I do change where the gym is. I do change it because I just end up thinking it's just too big a space. Excuse me. And what else do I kind of want to put in it? I'm not entirely sure. These are custom content, these dumbbells, and also the, what do you call it, punching bag and the weights and things. And I think I got it from the town that I downloaded for the original 100 Baby with Natasha. I think that came with that. So there you go. So I'm moving the gym into the smaller room kind of in the centre of the house, at the front of the house. And I've got that weird kind of hallway going around it, but I actually think it works quite well. So I decided to put loads of mirrors in it, or mirrors, wherever you're from, however you pronounce it. And I decided to put another archway in to the gym. So we've got a TV in there and stuff, and I think it looks quite nice. It's quite nice. It's a workout equipment, and I think it's nice to have that space, and I think Cammy would have that. This room ends up being a bit of a fun room. So I thought I could do something where Cammy could have the boys over, or he could have Seth over, and Cole when he's older, and Jax and things like that, and just have a bit of fun, just have a lads night. I just think it's nice to have a space like this, and it is a big house. It is a big house, so we're able to sort of do that. I thought originally doing a foosball table, and I thought, no, I'd quite like a pool table. And then I'm kind of messing about with it because Move Objects On lets you place it anywhere, so I was kind of making sure I had enough room, because you know what it's like in The Sims 3. I was making sure that we had enough room for them all to kind of get round it without them giving it, moaning their faces off. So and I put a fish tank in there because Chris loves a fish tank. And then those big posters also came with that town as well, or those big paintings, and I just thought that woman looked quite nice. I don't know if that looks like a breast or whether it's her curve of her bum or something. I'm not really sure. But I do think it works quite nicely. And is that me moving on already? Okay, so I'm just lighting up the hallway. So that must be that room done. And then I cut out a little bit and started working on the kitchen, because what I did with the... I actually completely changed the kitchen. The kitchen doesn't look like this at all. Decided to put a kind of half wall in. And I changed the colour of the kitchen as well. I'd initially put it as lemon, but then I realised that Millie's kitchen was lemon. So I decided to do like a brick wall. I kind of like doing that in my kitchens now. I kind of think that it's nice to have like a feature brick wall. And eventually I changed the walls around about it because I think it's a bit too much. But I'm kind of just going for almost like a galley style kitchen rather than the kind of traditional. What I usually do is do like a wraparound kitchen. The huge. I tried to kind of step out my comfort zone with this, and I hope that you like it. I really, really hope you like it, because it is different. It is really different for me, so I hope that you do enjoy seeing this bit of different side. I put a pizza maker in because, I love a pizza, and most of the boys love pizzas. Let's face it, everybody likes freaking pizza. Laura, what are you talking about? Then, of course, I put a microwave. I was going to put a coffee machine in, and then I remembered how annoying it is when they constantly go for coffee and then get juiced. So I decided, let's take that away, shall we? And then I just put a runner in there as well. It didn't leave me with much room then for a table, like a full table. So I decided just to do like a small table and have it up against there and have like 3 chairs in it. I did play about with the options of maybe doing a bigger table, but I decided not. I decided to go ahead with like a mini table. Yeah, I'm still playing about with it. Now, I had actually tried to do this live, and see at this point I'm actually talking to you guys, but there ends up too much silence. I end up being silent too often because I'm concentrating. So I put another archway, because I like my archways in this house, nice open spaces, and then I decided to put the glass table in. I think I end up with that one. Yeah, and then putting that up, I realised that the walls are a bit overkill, so I do change that to like a lighter colour. Yeah, and I think that works quite nicely. I make it a sort of taupe colour. Yeah, and that picks up in the wall quite nicely, so I quite like it. Now, of course, we've got bare walls, so we need to fill it. And then what I was thinking about doing as well is April and I will be doing a custom content shopping video. Obviously, we've seen the lovely Urban Sims do it, the lovely Jen, and we really have enjoyed it. So I kind of need some new custom content for The Sims 3 for, you know, hairs and clothes and stuff like that. So I was considering doing a custom content shopping for Sims 3 and 4. Obviously, April, she'll maybe just do Sims 4 because that's where she's kind of concentrating on, apart from her 100 baby challenge. I don't know. But if you would like to see that, we'll potentially record that. Although we'll have recorded it by the time you see this. So I'll be doing it. So hopefully you enjoy it. This, I wanted to make a formal dining space, like a party pad. It's got a party vibe about it, I feel like it has got a party feel about it. And I just wanted somewhere where Cammy could entertain, because if he's going into the director career like we want him to go, he is going to have to entertain bigwigs and possibly celebrities and things like that. So he wants this kind of house. And I think that's my idea of making this, you know, the biggest of the 3 houses, because he will need to probably do a lot more entertaining than the other ones. They, you know, Seth and Millie and things, they're not really going to be entertaining bigwigs, whereas Cammy possibly will in his director career. So, yeah, so here's me. I'm just putting in some drinks cabinets, just making them black to kind of fit in with the theme. And then I was experimenting with lights to put over and above it, so I decided to go for that. And then this was quite a big space, so I decided that I would put a piano in here. Nobody can play the piano apart from, nobody can play the piano. And I decided to put these kind of lights at the back of it. I don't really know, I just thought it looked quite nice. It's a bit different. And I just kind of like the way it lit up the room. It just made it a bit more special, because obviously we've got the plain wallpaper. Excuse me. We've got the plain wallpaper, and I think it just adds a little something. And then ideally I was kind of looking for something for this corner, and I do eventually settle on a bar just pushed. I was trying to see if I'd have room, but I knew I wouldn't have room. So I decided to push it up against the wall and just use it that way. In fact, no, I haven't. I've put it at that kind of slant, so I don't know if my Sims will be able to do that or not. I don't know. Then I thought initially about just doing that as a big office, but then I thought, no, I need a downstairs toilet. So I split that room into 2. So we have now the working on the office. I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel in a big house like this, having like a gym and an office and things like that is quite nice. And I think for Cammy, if he's working on plays or things like that, then he'll do it. Now, as I say, you haven't seen it upstairs, as in his bedroom or whatever. Upstairs there are 4 bedrooms. So I know that we talked about having roommates. So that's probably what we'll still end up doing. And hopefully there'll be female roommates that Cammy can seduce. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We've got a lot to go. But I actually really like the office. The office is small but cute, and there's a space obviously for somebody to sit and talk to him while he's doing his work. But I like the way the office turned out. It's nice and small and quite cute. And then working on the wee bathroom. This is just a downstairs toilet. My gran always called toilets kludgies. She used to call it a kludgy. And sometimes I go to say, this is the downstairs kludgy, and then I'm like, Laura, they'll not know what the hell a kludgy is. But the video's nearly over, so please leave a like on this video and let me know your thoughts and your comments down below about the house. It is a little bit different from what I usually do, and when we do the house reveal and the house tour, you'll be able to see the upstairs of the house. And I will be uploading a video of Seth's house and also a video of the sort of landscaping. But I actually really like the way the downstairs kludgy The downstairs clod you worked out. I actually think it looks quite cute. Although that's a big massive lamp I was trying to put in there. But yeah, I think it works out quite cute, and I like the colours and the themes and all that good stuff. So like I say, leave me a like on the video. Please leave a like, it really does help. And let me know your thoughts, your comments and everything down below. What have you been up to? What's life been treating you like? And yeah, and I'm sorry, like I say, if I do sound a bit strange today, it is purely just because I'm really feeling slightly under the weather. Yeah, and I changed that to a more natural colour for the entranceway, and I think it works. I think it works. But yeah, I do apologise if I've came across as just a little bit weird. It's not been my intention. I'm just feeling like rubbish. But have an amazing day, whatever you're up to, and I love you all very much. Talk to you very soon, guys. Bye.